Alan Rowland, online columnist, joins me live from Sonoma, California for his views on this story. Welcome to the programme. So, Mr. Rowland, why do you think the US refuses to release information on its drone attacks if it believes that it's doing something illegal? What is there that Washington is hiding?
You just answered your own question. Obviously, this is illegal. As your lead-in story said, over 50 people, innocent people, civilians, are killed after each one of these attacks. It's very obvious that the Obama administration had decided that its assassination of choice will now be drone attacks. Very secretive and very cowardly in some ways, and to avoid bodies on the ground, body counts, or, let's say, troops on the ground. So you have somebody over there in Arlington, Virginia, with a remote that's basically targeting various places over in the Far East or wherever, and wiping out people. And each one of these attacks, at least 50 people are getting killed, innocent civilians, as I'm repeating myself, only because it's so outrageous. So we have every right. They have every right to sue the United States. That's the only way we're going to bring the Obama administration up short on this type of activity. So it's ongoing, left over from the Bush administration. The Obama administration has taken it up. It won't stop until legally we stop it.
Indeed, I mean, even the UN calls US drone strikes illegal, but has failed to take action against them. I mean, why does the UN allow Washington to assassinate people around the world?
Well, who controls the UN? Well, you just answered your own question again, or asked your own question, which I will answer. It's that the UN basically is doing the doing of the United States. We're still the key player. We're still playing the power game, and we feel we can get away with what we can get away with. However, that's going to come to a close because Amnesty International has every right to sue the country. So the drone attacks are really gnawing in the claw of many Americans right now, including myself. And this is more of the Bush stuff, like renditions, and this is replaced by drone attacks. So, yes, sooner or later this has to come to a halt. The administration, the UN is not a leading indicator in that happening. It's going to be legally. It's going to happen probably in the United States itself or through Britain.
And of course, Mr. Rowland, I mean, in the long run, how would Americans, including you yourself, feel about their government?
We don't feel very good about it at all. And the more these truths, you see, we can't really get at this unless people bring it to the surface. Until the truth is brought to the surface, and we basically get outraged by it. So the more these things come to the surface, the more we realize, no different than the Abu Ghraib tortures, this is another outlandish thing being done by the United States, and it cannot be condoned. The American people have to stand up, but it's an election year. And so Obama doesn't want this hanging on his neck, this albatross hanging on his neck. So it's up to the American people to rise from their pathetic state and stand up and say, no more. This is not what we're all about.
Indeed.
And that's slowly happening. Remember, we're still in the midst of Occupy America. We started off back there in the Middle East, but now it's in the United States, and it's an election year. So I'm glad it's coming to the surface. I think something will be done about it.
Indeed. On that note, we'll have to leave it there. Many thanks, as always, to you, Alan Rowland, online columnist from Sonoma, California.